We're back.
We're back. Round two.
Messed that one up badly.
We got questions to get back to, so we'll wait.
We just started a YouTube channel. We just started a
We
YouTube channel.
just started a live
So this
streaming
is the
channel.
live public link for those who type to them that we're in a different chat. Hey, we're here. Okay, sorry for losing you guys there. I totally forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, so no calls came in, and that threw the whole thing out of proportion. But can you guys hear us okay? Yeah, okay, good. We're good. We got some questions that we were totally in the middle of answering, and I was like, wait a minute, we're not connected anymore. Who were we talking? Who was the question we were answering, John?
We were in the middle of talking about...
Brittany Lange's, right?
We were in the middle of talking
Hello,
about which
everyone.
TV show would we like to come back as a
Okay,
reboot.
Brittany Lange. All right, cool. We're just gonna pick this right up where we left off. All right.
So yeah, just in closing, I think King of the Hill would be great.
We're gonna start
because-
again. We got cut off.
All right, I want King of the Hill to come back, partly because it's one of my favorite shows of all time, but I think over 14 seasons they managed to have a great level of consistency, really well-realized characters, and I feel like the sensibility of the show, the kind of commentary and the kind of humor would be very well suited to the now in these times that we live in. I would love to see what Hank and company would react to all the crazy shit that's happening in the world right now. So, like, I don't know. I miss that show dearly.
But she was talking about coming back as a reboot, not coming back on the air. You're describing sort of like a wow, Eric the Ground Guy. Thanks so much, man.
Whoa!
Okay.
Thank you so much, Eric. He has been all over the comments
Wow.
lately, too.
Well, really, we gotta get to you. But Brittany
So
Lange
come back as a reboot.
come back
like,
as a yeah, because
fresh.
you were describing sort of a Will and Grace or a
Revival.
Family Guy. Yeah, you were
I was
describing a
talking
revival.
about a different re-word.
Yeah,
All right,
but a
all right.
reboot in and of itself.
The twat. No. Let's see.
I think you should reboot Friends with everyone being a different ethnicity, except for the main character, Rachel, should be white still. But everyone else is clearly a supporting character and is like black, Chinese, Arab. But the main character is still white. We cannot lose that as the essence. I hope everyone's on board for me in this chat. There seems to be no feedback.
No
I
feed-
think
that's-
silence tells me enough.
No news.
Everyone
good
agrees
news.
with me. Wow, 7 people dropped off right when I made that joke.
Hey, you know what would be?
Well, my revival answer would be Batman the Animated Series. I feel like you can still continue that in such pure fashion. But my genuine answer, as a reboot, I think they should reboot Iron Fist on the Disney Plus show right the fuck away. That would be my best one. That would be the one I would want to see done immediately. And then who else do we got that we had before,
We had
John?
Tiffany Hoffman asking, I heard they are remaking Stephen King's The Stand. Is it true? I'm going to Google that.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for the super chat on that question there. Yeah, I mean, you could have just Googled that yourself. But,
CBS
hey,
All
we'll take it.
Access is remaking
They're doing
The
it.
Stand.
That's how you. If there's any other yes or no questions that you want us to Google in a super chat format, feel free to just send that our way. That's no problem at all, people. And then John, who else do we got here?
Okay, we also had a big what's-up of $5 from Eric the Grounding Guy.
Appreciate
Thank
that,
you so
buddy.
much.
Carter Lovejoy.
Who will be crowned box office champion? Rise of the Skywalker or Cats?
I would actually love it if Cats just happened to dethrone or like totally beat out Rise of the Skywalker.
I would love if WTF won the weekend or the Christmas holiday, really, and yeah, just stole it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not even gonna watch Cats.
I'm going to watch
I have close to zero interest in that movie. It was one of those things that when I watched the trailer, I saw the trailer on the way to Comic-Con and just watching in the car. I'm like, I don't care about this, and I was like, man, it looks terrible. Then suddenly all these dislikes, it became the most hated trailer to come out of that week. I'm still in that train of like, I just don't think I'm ever gonna pull myself to the theater to sit through that. It seems like the kind of movie I'd want to talk through the entire time I'm watching it, and you just can't do that in theater format. I'd want to be respectful still while in my my Cineplex. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We also got one, I don't know if we caught this, Brandon and Son wanted to know, who is y'all's dream pick for the next Wolverine?
Ooh, who was the guy that we saw from that Vikings clip.
Oh damn, I don't remember his name, but the guy who played Ivar the Boneless.
Yeah, I think he would be a great one. Ooh. Ivar the Boneless. That would be a great pick.
He got a menace about him, but also like the charm.
Yes, yeah, that would be epic.
And it would definitely be a different flavor from Hugh Jackman.
Because I would want someone who's like short and stocky and a little bit more brutal, and someone who could actually train in some gymnastic skills.
Statham.
Yeah.
In another
Statham would be great. Yeah, I want someone who embodies a little bit more of the comic book appeal. It seemed like or a resemblance. I felt like Hugh Jackman, other than the hair and the attitude, like the performance. Yeah, like Logan is right there as one of my top like 3 favorite comic book movies ever. But the initial look wasn't exactly Wolverine. He morphed more into looking like Wolverine as time went on. I want someone who does have a little bit of a short, stockier appearance.
Yeah, of the look.
Yeah.
And who isn't afraid to be a little shorter than everybody else in the cast.
I don't think Taron Egerton, I've heard a lot of people throw his name around. As much as a beautiful actor as that guy is, I do not think him. Yo, Eric, the grounding guy.
Eric,
do you have a question for us? Ask us a question, dude.
He just said, "What's up?"
I mean, appreciate the contribution,
like,
but dude, seriously, ask us a question.
You're bringing the party, man. You are what's up. The King wants to know. Listen up. What are your thoughts on the MCU moving forward into the future?
Well, how would I put it?
Only go to the past. All period.
Yeah, reboot Iron Man, reboot Captain, reboot Phase 1 right away.
Reboot them all in the 1920s.
Well, the clear answer is Danny DeVito. That's a fun one for Wolverine. That would be cool. Yeah.
If Jumanji 2...
really went on the short and stocky line, didn't it?
Yeah. If Jumanji...
Hey, you son of a bitch!
Next level is successful, it'll happen.
Okay. MCU moving forward into the future. You know what? I'll point this out. This might not be the answer at all. The answer you're looking for. I found this very interesting. I was talking with someone about this recently. How when they announced Phase 4 of Marvel, they never mentioned the next Avengers movie or when that next Avengers movie would be coming out, which I think is such clever marketing on their end. Because if they announced that Avengers movie, which would be Avengers 5.
It's going to overshadow everything.
It would overshadow everything. Yeah. All the focus would be on there, and we wouldn't have as much focus on the... Because, like, some characters are getting their sequels, some of them are getting their spin-offs or their Disney Plus shows.
Some are getting a movie for the first time.
Exactly. And I feel like we would all just focus on that team-up, who's going to be the ultimate villain in that Avengers movie. So I think that's really clever. I'm excited for the diversity that we're getting with these characters, you know? Like, the cosmic stuff... I'm excited for it. I'm also a little bit cautious about. I'm a little bit cautious. I think they've been nailing it for the most part. I get a lot of crap for this. I'm not a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is one of my top 5 favorite Marvel movies, which is weird. Captain Marvel I thought was all right. Thor Ragnarok is great, and I know they want to go like way more cosmic this time, Eternals especially. I'm excited to see if they really do hone in a little bit more on the god elements of things. That's something that I don't think Marvel has. Like they launched Thor and they didn't really Thor went into Guardians territory in terms of tone and style and being more of a cosmic space movie, and I feel like like even though DC is a little bit more known for its gods of the universe, this is their chance to really explore the gods of the universe and also introduce a villain that could take on the likes of someone like Thanos, one-on-one.
Well, I think you need to. I think it's cool that we don't have an Avengers announcement just yet because it gets you thinking about who the new heroes are and stuff, and not. I feel like it behooves you to have a good length of time before you introduce another Thanos-scale villain,
Yeah.
Because the movies all have to be tempered and have to be on different scales, otherwise we're going to get, played out.
Yes.
So, that's what excites me the most. Same way is, like, I'm happy that they are really spreading things around and really giving all of their new, or things that they're expanding on a chance to be in the spotlight and to get that focus, even on the TV side, which is an experiment, and I'm excited to see them take some experiments in format here. And the main thing I'm hoping for that I don't have a great sense for yet is some kind of stylistic broadening out as well,
Yeah, that's true.
Because they have, the uniform style of Marvel films and the uniform look and feel is necessary in a way, but I feel like there's still room to get dynamic and explore within that they could be tapping, so...
My most excited level is Kumail Nanjiani being in the MCU. I feel like it could really use some
Definitely work for
humor in the
Men in Black.
MCU, and it's finally gonna really pan out well this time. Also with Shang-Chi, I'm just excited because I've mentioned this before, and I know most of you guys haven't heard this.
You're half Asian?
I'm half Asian. That's why. But I am half Asian. It's when I was at WonderCon, I was on a movie fights panel, and WonderCon, the way they vote, and Comic-Con too. I wasn't part of the Comic-Con panels. But I just noticed from watching like movie fights. Usually they just vote for whatever answer they heard and the one they just liked the most, right? I'm just gonna say that to protect my own ego.
For your pride.
Yeah. So
You won.
But the question was which MCU villain should? It's kind of, dude, I'm half Asian too.
Half Asian
yeah,
tonight?
hell yeah.
Where are my white people?
Where are all the white people at? Jesus. No, the question was which MCU villain should get a second chance, should get another opportunity to return. This was before Captain Marvel came out, so Ronan the Accuser was coming back, and that was a huge deal. No, it was after. No, Ronan already came back. It was after Captain Marvel. But then, so I went up against Red Skull. I pitched Mandarin because I was like, well, they had the Marvel one shot, which said there's a real Mandarin out there. Kevin Feige has talked about their bringing back the real Mandarin. And then also the 10 Rings. I know that Mandarin has the power of the 10 Rings, but also the 10 Rings terrorist organization, which was such a big launching point from Iron Man 1, and even Ben Kingsley's Iron Man 3 character was, in linkage with the 10 Rings. And we never got resolution on that. And I was like, so is this terrorist organization just still out there and we're not going to wrap this up? So
None of the Avengers seem to care
no
about
one
it.
seems to care about it because I got bigger problems now. So I think bringing like this new kind of world with Shang-Chi brought back into like the Earth world, but also wrapping up the 10 Rings organization, or at least continuing in a more in-depth way. And also I think it's smart because I know Mandarin is credited as being like one of Iron Man's arch nemesis. I think if you're going to bring the Mandarin in, make him an Asian character, it's best that you also have Asian protagonists that he's going up against, because the Mandarin, I think they didn't make him an Asian character, a lot of because of some racist stereotypes that were associated with him, like the Fu Manchu kind of qualities. So I think they can really make it more culturally appropriate for today. Yeah. So, yeah, we spent a long time. You talk Marvel, you're gonna dive deep into this shit, man.
There's no way.
What other how do we feel about the 4 upcoming Avatar sequels, John?
I am aware that they're coming, and for some reason I don't ever expect them to show up. I don't know why. I'm at this point curious just because of how long this has taken and how dedicated James Cameron is. I don't know. I'm not like excited per se, but I'm very curious.
Yes.
Because whenever James Cameron comes back, he always blows our minds with some kind of technical achievement, or at least something that was worth going out to a big spectacular theater presentation to see. So that's what I'm excited
Well, for you guys who are in the live stream, let me ask, Cara Lover said this, let me ask you, do you think Avatar 2 has a chance at beating Avengers Endgame in the box office? I want to hear what everyone's saying in the chat. Please answer that question.
Please answer that question.
So we got
Saucy's back.
Saucy253. She's real.
She's real.
She's
back.
real. Lana. Yeah.
Right?
Thoughts on Birds of Prey reshoot? There's a whole thing in the last live stream.
Are they reshooting?
Thoughts on Birds? Guys, it's okay. Speaking from Marvel to now DC, I recently purchased the DC app. It's the streaming service app, but not to watch their shows because I'm wrapping up The Boys. I got it to check out the people were really going.
I got it to talk shit.
People are really to answer your question. Well, first off, what are more of the details on these Birds of Prey reshoots? If anyone wants to chime in, I'm talking and reading at the same time. I got the DC streaming service app because I heard you get pretty much all their comics on there. Oh, yeah. And if you guys want to catch up on DC comics, the way they've organized this app is incredible. Like the way you can go through a page, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I was like, all right, what have I not read? I haven't read any of Birds of Prey, and they have a movie coming out. So let me read some Birds of Prey. So from one of the more recent issue series, I read 2 comics last night, and I think it's really freaking cool. So For me, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't really have any specific reshoots are common. I feel like people often freak out about reshoots, but now more than ever, now that I got the DC streaming service app for the comic books,
I am all for
I can't wait for.
Reshoot the whole
I hope
thing.
they don't have a full-on trailer until I'm done with reading this whole series. That's the one. So those are basically my thoughts on it.
Yeah, movies go through reshoots all the time.
Plus, Margot Robbie returning as Harley Quinn. What's there not to be excited about?
Yeah.
Eric, there you go, Eric. Thank you, buddy. What childhood movie would you choose for a lame-ass reboot? And what volume of anger would you respond to it?
Ooh, if they rebooted like Mrs. Doubtfire,
Okay.
I would be my inner child would be pretty perplexed, I think.
I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire would definitely piss people off because that character is so associated with Robin Williams and he has passed. I feel like for this answer it would be comedies because especially for comedy films back then, like
Reboot Liar Liar or something.
Well, no, I was gonna say Ace Ventura. If you rebooted Ace Ventura, like without Jim Carrey, you don't do that. And I feel like people would, the way people felt about Ghostbusters, I think I would be on that train.
Okay, that's fair.
If you did it with a girl. Lace Ventura. What's some
Lace
female
Ventura.
Or Ace Ventura's daughter. Wait, did
they?
they make that movie? Am I making that up?
Maybe.
Ace Ventura's child or something? I feel like they made that film.
Yeah, let's see. Ace Ventura spin-off?
Yeah, I feel like that exists.
Ace Ventura Jr. Pet
They
Detective.
did make an Ace Ventura Jr. Oh my god, yeah.
Also known as Ace Ventura Jr. or Ace Ventura 3.
What? Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
Oh yeah, people were talking about it in the comments.
4 screenwriters. 4.
Whoa, that must have been straight to DVD, right? Oh god, that's
probably
terrible. Oh, that's terrible. JB Bonifacio.
Oh, it ran on Cartoon Network.
And it was live action though? That's weird.
I guess so.
Okay. What did JB
You guys read House of X or Powers of X? Thoughts? I love
it's the best
both
comic ever.
House and Powers of X. Way better than the Powers in House of Y or Z. Totally overrated. X is where it's at.
X is where it's at. JB, let me tell you, I'm so glad you brought this up because it is the greatest thing ever.
I love Powers of X is better than
flipped-
House of X. I'm just gonna
Flip
say.
through it so fast.
You can have a
It's
house with like powers. Now that's special.
Easy breezy, lemon squeezy.
Cover girl.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up this live stream. Thanks for hopping on to this one with us. We'll take a couple more just random questions. John, choose a random question from here.
Okay, here we go. I'm just going to scroll,
pick.
and here we go. Let's see. We already talked about Andy Serkis, goddamn. Do you guys think...
Imagine a net remake, nice. Lawnmower Man reboot. Oh, wait, that would actually work.
That's what you should do with reboots, is like reboot stuff that was like already kind of kooky or funky to begin with.
To Joker or not Michael Conway? Well,
Reeves' Dilemma?
I don't think this Joaquin Phoenix Joker is in the same universe as Matt Reeves' Batman. First off, I just can't imagine Joaquin Phoenix signing on for like an 8-picture deal.
I don't think he would want to be a universe villain.
I mean, do you guys know Joaquin Phoenix? I just don't think he would do that, you know?
And he would get himself fired at some
Yeah,
point if he really wanted.
I think it's really smart to just steer clear from Joker in the next Batman movie. I don't feel like Joker should be in any first Batman movie, except for, I know there's the Tim Burton one, but think about it. The Tim Burton one, who was the one everyone talked about? The Joker. And you put the Joker in any of them, he's going to be the most talked about. Even in Suicide Squad, the most praised characters were Harley Quinn and Deadshot. But what did everyone talk about? Jared Leto and their, very strong opinions
so much time
on the Joker.
Got dedicated to a character who barely affected the plot of the movie.
Dream choice to play Batman. Hugh Jackman. No. Henry Golding. I think Henry Golding would be a good Superman. He's getting a lot of work now. And I've always wanted to see him as a Superman.
Do we think that Fox should still release New Mutants after Dark Phoenix?
Yes!
Yes! Let's see that, mother trucker.
What do they have to lose at this point? Just put it on Netflix. Put it on the Disney Plus service. Just put it out there. Put it on Hulu.
Oh, Oh man, I just love these reports that are coming out about like, you know, Disney execs are watching these Fox movies and they're not having it.
It's at this point where I'm like, who cares? Just put it out.
You spent the time. You can make something.
We all know it's gonna suck. Just put it out there.
And at this point, it might be like fine, and by this point, that might be great because we're all expecting it to be horrible.
What are they worried about at this point? Like, okay, if you don't put it in the theaters, that's a bummer for the filmmakers and the cast and everyone involved.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But clearly they have zero interest in putting it in the theaters.
Yeah.
And if they put it in the theaters at this point, it's gonna tank. So put it on a streaming service. Just put it out there and let people watch it.
Watch it.
As I still want to watch it, even if it's like this terrible, shitted on movie. Fuck it. It's just, as long as it's out there, finally.
I'm fascinated, and that's why I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty much at that same point. Give it to me.
Anyway,
guys, look, we're gonna wrap this up right now. Jen, how you doing? Just reply back to your message.
Jen.
So I wanted to end this with one more dope trope.
This trope is so dope.
I'll probably start off the next live stream. This is most people that make it to the end of the live stream. So I'm going to start off the next dope trope with this one, and here's what it is. When someone is falling from like a building or a plane, and then action hero jumps off and then puts their arms back and somehow makes them fall faster.
That's aerodynamics.
Like, that's not how gravity works. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think there are ways you can affect how aerodynamically you're falling in midair. I'm not a professional
Have you
skydiver.
ever seen... It's physics, John.
No,
physics don't work that way.
It's always heightened in the movies, but I think that's based on a real concept. Because if your arms are splayed, you're going to fall slower than if you make yourself aerodynamic.
If you dropped a watermelon and an egg, which one would hit the ground first?
I'm not into this part of the conversation.
They would hit the
because they can't affect what they're doing. Whereas if you're in the sky, you can affect what you're doing.
That's not how it works.
Not in the way that it does in movies, but I don't know. If you've ever...
This guy's defending terrible action movies.
I'm not defending the movies themselves. I'm just saying I think it's based on something kind of conceptually plausible.
And that is dope trope number 2. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Much love. Thank you to everyone who contributed to the super chat. Thank you to everyone who's asked questions and viewed along. I don't know. It just seemed fun to go live again, and it's fun going live. It's fun.
Best way to talk movies.
Hey, Gene Jeter, check out his channel.
Oh, we smash.